Hey everybody, what is up? Doing things a little bit differently today. Normally I record on my iPhone. Today I'm doing it on my iPad. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to stay on the screen while I show you how I built my plan. You know, usually I just screen record my iPhone and I disappear into the ether. Today I'm actually going to stay here and try something a little bit different. You don't care. You're just here for the macro counting. So, as usual, I'm going to show you how I built today's food plan so that I can hit my macronutrient goals. So, hit my calorie goals, protein, carbs, and fats. Going to show you how I built this, moved some things around, changing my plans, my food, my meals a little bit today. It's like a puzzle every single day. And I'm going to show you how you do it, or how I did it. Maybe it'll help you figure out how to do it yourself. As usual, though, if you find this video to be helpful, please hit the like button, maybe even the subscribe button while you are already here. I do these videos every single day to show you how to hit your, how you can hit your numbers, your special macro numbers. So I'm actually just going to pull up my app currently, and let's take a look at how I built today. There it is. Boy, it's a beauty. That's beautiful. Okay. So what we're going to do first is let's take a look at the overall numbers at the top. As usual, if you've watched my videos in the past, one of the things that we always do is we start at the top and see how the day basically laid out. How did the numbers look once it was all said and done? And of course, what I want to do here first is concentrate on the total calorie numbers. With this new cutting plan that I'm doing, I actually changed my numbers just a little bit today. I kind of reversed them. See, my plan is that I need to be somewhere between 2,400 and 2,700 calories for a proper cut. My actual target, my calorie target, my TDEE, my total daily energy expenditure, is like 3,000. So I just need to make sure I'm less than 3,000. So for me, 2,400 is a 20% caloric deficit. 10% puts me about 2,700. So as long as I'm in 2,400 to 2,700 range, that's really where I want to be. I actually changed my number in here today. Now my target is actually the 2,700. I'm at the top level. I've been doing it at the lower level before, and it was a little bit hard to calculate. So now my target in my app is 2,700. And so what I want to make sure is that I don't go over that. I always want to be just a little bit under that number, usually by about 100, right? So somewhere up to about 2,600 total calories. So 200 would still be okay. Basically, I've got a 300 calorie swing here that I am allowed because I'm now going to the highest, the 2,700 allowed. So a lot of confusing stuff. Basically, just know I need to do between 2,400 and 2,700. I don't want to be more than that, and I don't want to be less than that. And you can see here what I have, my total calorie says 26.5 remaining. That's actually perfect. So that means I'm just under 2,700 once this is said and done. Now, what would happen if I went over that number a little bit? Well, that'd still be okay too, because my actual TDEE is 3,000. So as long as I'm under 3,000, I'm still going to be in a caloric deficit. But 2,700 is my true kind of target here. And so 26 remaining, that's perfect. That means, like I said, I'm probably 2,670 is where I ended up at here. And my numbers at the top, it really kind of, I'm still figuring out how to do this with my cutting plan. You can see I still have almost 10 grams of protein left. I would prefer to have no protein left over. That means I'm a little bit short of my protein today, whereas my carbs and my fat were closer to sort of the number that they needed to be. So in my days coming up, I'll be looking for ways to be able to improve my overall protein count. As I do every single day, I start my plans with my pre and my post workout. You can see those here. My pre-workout, I'm not doing any carbs anymore because I don't want to use any carbs during my pre-workout. I'd rather just save them for snacks or meals throughout the day. But I'm still doing a scoop and a half of the isolate protein. That's the protein powder. And even for my post-workout, a scoop and a half and a couple of frozen bananas that I've been doing for ice cream. I got this ice cream maker here. And I'm actually going to mix all this together today and do like a chocolate banana type of ice cream. So it actually works out really good. And then I'm heading over to my meals. I'm starting with my breakfast today first. I'm doing what I've been doing every day this week, which is a cup of bone broth in the morning. I warm it up. I actually drink that as soon as I wake up before my breakfast. I put it on my breakfast here, and there's nowhere else to really kind of put it. I did a cup and a half of liquid egg whites today. If you scroll to the bottom, or if I scroll to the bottom, you can actually see there's another egg at the very bottom. And so I actually just put a regular egg in there too. So yesterday I did 2 full cups of liquid egg whites. Today I pulled the liquid egg whites back a little bit and added an extra egg in there for the yolk and just a little bit of a different texture and flavor. I also did a couple of pieces of Ezekiel bread. I toasted that, and right underneath it, it says guacamole. I know that's not how you spell guacamole. For some reason, that's just how I have it in my app. I'm doing avocado toast today, a guacamole toast, whatever you want to call it. And then I put a little bit of cheese, actually a lot of cheese on here, 30 grams of that low-fat cheese, which changed the consistency and the flavor a little bit. And the Greek yogurt, I'm actually probably going to move this to a snack because that seems like a lot of breakfast already. So there's my breakfast for the day. If we go over to lunch, what I'm doing for my lunch here is actually the same thing that I did yesterday, which was a couple of pieces of bread again. So I'm doing a sandwich with a buffalo chicken patty. It's a vegan patty from Walmart. I'm doing a little bit of cheese on the top of it again to kind of give it a melt type of consistency. And then I've got a cup of sauerkraut on there again because I like sauerkraut cold and I like it raw. I'm a weirdo. I can't help it. So a pretty easy lunch here, nothing too fancy. For my dinner, actually maybe even more simple and lazy. I'm doing a pouch of Uncle Ben's minute rice. Throw it in the microwave for a minute and a half. And then I'm doing a pouch of jalapeno tuna. This is just like a bumblebee tuna pouch. And I mix it all together. It's actually really good, kind of mixed all together, but it's definitely a bigger meal than it sounds like. And that left me a little bit of room. After I did my my post workout, I did my meals. That left me a little bit of extra room here to do some snacks throughout the day. I've actually got another egg on here. This is going to be a hard-boiled egg. I've got some beef jerky, which I haven't had on my meal for a while. I had to be careful with the beef jerky when selecting what I was going to buy because a lot of it had a lot higher fat content, so I went with the one that was the best macro setup that I could find. I've got a 1 bar, or this is also a Quest bar or a protein bar on here. I've got a cheese slice. Now, it probably does not get any more sad than a guy just grabbing a slice of cheese out of the fridge and eating it, but 5 grams of protein, 6 grams of fat. It's great because there's no carbs here, and I was already kind of pushing my carb limit. So I don't mind grabbing some cheese and just eating some cheese. And then I've got my Greek yogurt that I moved for my breakfast, and that's just that low-fat, fit and active, or fit and light, or light and active. I don't remember the name of the brand, but that's what that is. So that's how it laid out today. A very basic day, but again, some things I'm doing differently on this cut that I didn't do before on my bulk. The bone broth I'm doing differently, more sandwiches because I've got this sandwich maker and I'm just utilizing it. More sauerkraut, certainly more cheese than I've done in the past because of the low-fat options that I found. The beef jerky is new. So overall, again, the numbers at the top, I'd like my protein to be a little bit closer to 0, but still learning how to do the cut part of this. Main thing is building it, making sure that I'm building it every single day. And you'll recognize and you'll realize this too. As you do this, you get better at it every single day. You start realizing what fits and what doesn't before you even put it in there. So this looks good to me today, and I'm kind of excited because there's a lot of snacks, and yesterday I was kind of hungry throughout the day. So that's today's build. Let me know if you got any questions. Hopefully this helps you. The app that I am using here is called My Macros Plus, and I got it from the iOS App Store. So anyways, we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks.